listening to the LOZ Podcast Network.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the LOZ Podcast Network. You might be watching us in the LOZ app. You might be listening to us on KRMS radio on Saturdays from 10 to 11 a.m. We love our collaboration with KRMS. We've been doing it for, maybe 10 weeks now. We're going to have a show every week. We try to get into just a lot of the things around the lake. We talk to people about what they do for a living. We talk to people about their organizations, their charities. And sometimes we just talk about, whatever it is we want to. And that's the case today because I got Kevin Burns with us. And, you guys know him. You hear him on the air all the time. KB, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing very well, Ken. How about yourself?
I'm back in Missouri and the weather has not let me down. It's about 45 and rainy. So that's about what I expect. It's good, but I know we had some nice weather over the weekend. It's going to get nice soon after this. So I think the groundhog was wrong. I think I don't think we got 6 more weeks. I think we got a couple, and then I think it's going to be a nice spring.
I asked some friends of ours that cover the weather for us over on KRMS about their thoughts on the groundhog, and they wouldn't get in depth about how they really felt. But I could tell based on the tone of a lot of the folks that I spoke with that don't put a whole lot of stock. Don't put your money in the groundhog. Stick with the meteorologist because I'll tell you what, they're going to get you through and do a heck of a lot better job than the groundhog. And I feel so bad for that little bugger. And Groundhog Day, I think I might have told you this before, is probably, in my humble opinion, one of the least favorite of my holidays.
Well, I'll tell you, one thing that I do kind of follow just for fun is the Farmer's Almanac, because what's amazing is the way they wrote the Farmer's Almanac, and I mean, you're talking years ago, it does an okay job. I mean, back in the day, it was kind of fulfilled its purpose. Now we have, live up to the minute radar and all that stuff. But I'm amazed at how the trends based on date and time and when, where the sun is and where the season is, they can pretty much tell you, within a pretty good idea of where we're going.
I got to tell you, man, this has been an outstanding year so far. 2026, I think we've been very fortunate, Ken, to really enjoy some decent weather. We've had the opportunity to see a few folks come down that maybe wouldn't be down here this time of year, and we're rolling into St. Patty's Day, man. And the pub crawl was the unofficial start to the season, as was told to me by Legina Fitzpatrick. So boat shows are kind of the second phase of getting the season started. And St. Patty's Day weekend at the lake, that is just a madhouse, a free-for-all. And I think a lot of people are looking forward to it.
Well, and I'll tell you what, the beauty is they don't have to worry about what's going on. They can find out. We're going to tell them a little bit about today, but if you go in the LOZ app and you look under events, it's got all the things going on for the St. Patty's Day weekend, and there's a lot of them. The Lake West Chamber has got a St. Patrick's Day cruise, and they have got the celebration boat and all the both those. I think they got 3 boats. I was talking to Mike Koenigsman about it, and they are going to set off on a cruise in the morning on St. Patty's Day, and you're going to cruise to like 6 of the on-water bars. You pay 1 fee. It includes everything, the ride, the drinks, whatever, and you don't have to drive, and it's just a great time to get out on the lake. If it's nice, that's even better. If it's a little cooler, okay, no big deal. They got an inside on the boat, so they'll keep that heated, but kind of a cool event that they're doing with Lake West Chamber this weekend.
Well, they have the Blessing of the Fleet, which starts the event off. They'll have a breakfast for you at Captain Roz's. That's where it starts and where it ends. And it's a fun time. I've been on it. I was actually the Grand Marshal of the parade one year, and I had my very own shillelagh. And I was told when this woman who looked at me very leerily and said, I guess she leered at me is what she did. She said, I better get this back in one piece. And she did. I put it someplace safe because I'll tell you, man, that was definitely a fun time. What I remember of it anyway. But that's a story for another time. It's a great way to get things going and have a lot of fun. And you're on the water, which is what it's all about being here at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah, and then if you want to do, Marine Max is having their welcome back party. They kind of welcome everybody back to the lake now that the boat shows are over. They had their
Right.
Irish Stew and Brews event going on at Marine Max there at the marina. That's going to be fun. The St. Patty's party at Rock Island Line on the Strip.
That's a good one.
And then, of course, you and I both know it would not be a St. Patty's Day official unless the Iberries were going to be playing, and they're playing at the Encore on March 14th from 4 to 8 p.m.
Right. You know, they do a little bit of the Irish music and a lot of your favorites in there. Roger Hewlett, Kyle Miller, a whole mess of folks that I've known for years. They're a great band. They really get the crowd excited and into it. And if you want a good band with a lot of lake locals that has that Irish flair to it, the Iberries are exactly what you're looking for.
And I'm kind of excited, too, because the Encore just joined the LOZ app this season. So they're going to be in there. We're going to have all the events going on at the Encore. You can check it out in the LOZ app. You can check out anything they have to do with catering. They have events there. They have, obviously, you can stay in the hotel there. There's all kinds of things going on at the Encore. What a neat facility it is. I mean, they were telling me that you can be outside on their patio and it might be 15 degrees and they can get it up to 60 degrees on that patio.
Very nice,
is
which certainly allows for a little bit bigger crowd depending on what they're doing. You know, they have all the major holidays covered, Mom's Day and Thanksgiving. We've been out there for the brunch and the Thanksgiving meal that they've had out there, and they never disappoint. Merlin and his staff do an incredible job, and it's really nice to have that facility open, not just for dining, but of course they've got live music out there. They hosted the pre-party for the pub crawl, and anything that they can possibly fit in there. And as you said, make it very climate friendly as far as the temperature goes. They're going to do it.
Yeah, and so and then if you didn't have enough on the west side with the cruise, immediately following the cruise, they've got a crawl on the west side. So they're going to take you from the boats to the bus. I'm assuming these people are going to be taking their, pacing themselves because it's going to be
Right.
basically right from the boats to the bus, and then they take you around on land to a bunch of different places on the St. Patty's Day pub crawl. And so I think it's cool that everybody's really getting excited about St. Patty's Day, and it obviously gives us a way to kind of get out of the house. Everybody's been kind of tied up and get out and just have some fun. But I'll tell you what, very cool that they're doing that over there. And then if you want to go over to Gravois Mills, they're going to have a pub crawl too. So you got all the choices you want on St. Patty's Day. If somebody tells you there's nowhere to go and have fun and laugh and maybe have a drink, they're lying.
Well, they tout the west side is the best side, and there are so many great people on the lake's west side. Chamber of Commerce really does a great job of getting everyone involved and making it a fun time no matter what they're doing. If it's the St. Patty's Day pub crawl or whatever they do on the west side, they're a great bunch of folks, man. I really enjoy getting the opportunity to go over there and hang with them. And, as far as the bars and restaurants and things that are participating, again, we encourage everybody to make sure you just have a good time, but be smart about it. I believe wristbands for that event are like $20 a pop, but you hop on the bus, you go from place to place to place. Again, you don't have to get behind the wheel of your own vehicle or anyone else's vehicle for that matter, and you just get to go out and get crazy. And as I mentioned after the pub crawl, the Mardi Gras pub crawl, it's great, it's fine, it's fun, have a great time, but the videos and pictures that you see on Facebook on Sunday, your fault. You have to answer for it. I know we're all grown-ups. I know we're all grown-ups and we love to have a good time, but sometimes somebody's pretty quick with that phone, with that camera and that video on there. So be careful what you do and watch what you were.
Yeah, and have you're gonna have your phone with you. Everybody has their phone with them everywhere they go, and that's why the LOZ app is an app.
Yes,
because it's on the phone. It's easy to get to, and if you are out there and you are enjoying the day, give our buddies a call over at Lake Ride Pro, and they'll get you home. Don't make a great day and a great time into a terrible experience by trying to drive. just leave the keys at home, head out, have a great time, call Lake Ride Pros. If they're not available, which I know they will be, there's all the Ubers, everything you can, there's a lot of options. Frankly, there's a lot of options we didn't have when we were younger, KB,
Cool.
to get us home. And I kind of wish we did back in the day.
Absolutely.
But there is today. There's no excuse today not to get home safe and make sure that you have a very, very awesome St. Patty's Day with no surprises and no tickets and no need to call a lawyer. Let's have fun, get home safe, and make sure it's a good time.
Don't forget the granddaddy of them all, the big parade on the Bagnell Dam Strip, the Lake of the Ozarks, or should I say Lake Ozark St. Patty's Day Parade. Now, for those folks who live in the area, they probably know the drill. If you're going to be down visiting, you might want to make sure that if you want to go anywhere, that you get off of HH before they close that area down. With breaks in the parade, they'll let people in and out around HH. You probably want to go 54 to 242 and come in that way. Get there early, get set up, and then, again, get ready for a great time. This parade has been the big one for a lot of years. They do the St. Patty's Day Parade on the Strip. They do the Christmas Parade on the Strip. But as always, the people come out en masse, and they're ready to party. And, one of the things that they talk about that I think is really important, if you've got little kids, as far as the parade goes, try to keep them back and don't let them run in the street to grab the candy. And in most cases, a lot of the people on the floats and walking through the parade, they'll either come up and hand it to them or make sure they toss it back far enough for the kids. But stay out of the parade route. Let the folks have a good time. Again, you don't want any unnecessary circumstances to ruin the day for you.
And we got to give a shout out to our supporters, our sponsors on the Strip. Go see Tucker's, go see George Tucker's place over there. The Malted Monkey, go down to Alley Cats. There's just new stuff going in down there, and I'm excited for the season to start and get going. But it all starts with St. Patty's Day, bud. I'm glad to have you on the show to talk about it and to go over all the fun stuff. And I hope you'll be wearing your green on Saturday.
I plan to, whatever I'm doing, wherever I'm at.
KB, thanks for joining us, buddy. Love having you on the show. Really appreciate all you do for us, and look forward to having you back on real soon.
LOZ app and the LOZ Podcast Network, the LOZPN. Loving it.
All right, everybody. That's what we have for you today, and we'll be right back after these words.